Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy KP, man, back with another video. Welcome to the channel. So I just finished playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order for the first time. Hey, man, listen, I finally get it, man. I've always heard of Star Wars. I've got friends and coworkers who have always told me about Star Wars. I'm a huge Family Guy fan, and obviously the creators of Family Guy are huge Star Wars fans, and they've also done their own series of Star Wars. But here's my problem, man. I'm a little bit lost on the lore. I'm lost on the lore. My main question is there some secret best order for newbies like me? And yeah, man, since I want to do this the right way, I'm going to watch a video by Hello Greedo. And the name of the video is So You've Never Seen a Star Wars Movie? A Beginner's Guide. And this guy looks very, very, very interesting, man. So let's just get into it, man. Okay, so out the gate, you can see why I chose this guy to react to. Dude has a stormtrooper hat on, man. I do know that much just from watching other videos, and I've seen this mask and these characters for way too long not to know what they are, man. But yeah, stormtrooper mask. The guy has a good following. He clearly is passionate about Star Wars. Let's see if his ideas coincide with my thoughts and the direction I'm probably going ahead.
So you've never seen a Star Wars movie. That's okay. Sometimes neat, fun, huge, cultural shifting pieces of entertainment miss me as well. It's all good. Hi, I'm Hello Greedo. This is my Star Wars YouTube channel. All of my followers are probably wondering, why am I making this video? This is a Stormtrooper helmet. Okay, all the episodes, all the trilogies, all the anthology films. Is it a little confusing? I can totally see how it would be, but don't worry. It's not nearly as confusing as figuring out which Harry Potter movie comes next without looking it up.
All right, so before he gets started on this, I do have a specific understanding on how the prequel trilogy came after the original trilogy. So from my understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong and let me know if I'm right, essentially when George Lucas made the first Star Wars movie, and I believe it was 1977, it was such a commercial success that he got the rights to make more movies. And once he got the right to make more movies, he got flooded with so many ideas, and maybe he already had ideas, but now he had the green light to put these ideas into fruition. So essentially, when they re-released the first original Star Wars movie, they titled it Episode 4 in the intro. And then from there, the second movie of the second trilogy, which is the prequel trilogy, he named that Episode 5. And then naturally people went back to the original trilogy. Oh man, I just confused my damn self. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. So essentially he made the first movie of the original trilogy, Episode 4. And by the time he got to the second trilogy, that technically was Episode 1, because he has so many ideas on how to give all of these characters backstories. And then later on, we went to the sequel trilogy, which picks up after the original trilogy. And there were like, what, a 15-year gap between that? That's what I know so far. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Please let me know if I'm right. Give me some grace. Not trying to be disrespectful to the Lord, to the franchise, or to any fans, man. Just, bear with me, man.
Inside of the movies. The first ever is called Star Wars. Later on, it was renamed to Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. Episode 4? Yeah, Episode 4. In 1980, Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, was released. In 1983, Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, came out. These three films were what people call the original trilogy, the movies that started it all. From 1984 to 1998, there were no new Star Wars movies. But in 1999, that changed. Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, was released. In 2002, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, came out. And in 2005, Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, was released.
Oh, that's interesting. So he must have got the rights to continue making 2 more movies. And in between that, or maybe after that, is when he came up with the ideas. Maybe after the trilogy was approved. In between that, he got the green light to make more movies. And in between that time, he was coming up with the backstories for the original movies. Because 1983 to 1999, that's a big gap. I wasn't expecting it to be that big of a gap. Interesting. And I'm pretty sure, just like the Avatar movies with James Cameron, he wanted more technology. He didn't want that moon landing technology. probably make another video regarding that, how Star Wars coincides with the fake moon landing.
These three films are what people call the prequel trilogy. They take place before the original trilogy in the Star Wars timeline. Which trilogy should you start with first? Surprisingly, that's a hotly debated question, but for me, it's a no-brainer. Watch the saga in the way it was released.
Okay, and that's the way that I was planning on doing it, simply because I want to experience the movies how the fan base experienced them for the first time. You know, I want to feel the tension between that little 15, 13 years that they went through, and then go back and find out, why did all of this happen? Why is this person the way they are?
Watch the original trilogy first. It started it all. There are some plot twists in the original trilogy, and if you watch the prequel trilogy first, it's possible that those plot twists could be spoiled. Not that they haven't already been spoiled for you just by living on planet Earth, but it's kind of neat watching the movies in the order that they were released and the way that the world first saw them. Sometimes I call the original trilogy the question and the prequel trilogy the answer. You want to know the question before you know the answer, right? Ultimately, it's up to you how you want to watch the saga. Maybe there's one randomly on TV one day and you decide to tune in. That's fine. You will hear so many different opinions. Just do what you want. So where do the new movies fall in the timeline? In 2012, Disney bought Lucasfilm, which gave them ownership of the Star Wars franchise.
Essentially, I'm going to try and finish Fallen Order and watch the original trilogy, and towards the end of finishing Fallen Order, be somewhat complete with the prequel trilogy. And then I'm going to take a hard pause and then start on playing Survivor. And then possibly towards the end of playing Survivor, I'll probably get into the third trilogy.
That came the announcement of new Star Wars movies. We are currently on the tail end of the new trilogy. Episode 7, The Force Awakens, came out in 2015. Episode 8, The Last Jedi, came out in 2017. And Episode 9 is not out yet. We don't yet have a title.
And that's how old this video is. And that's how long I've went in my life without even getting into the real lore of Star Wars, man. Please forgive me, man. Look, but I'm here. I have arrived. I'm ready to join the party, man. I came with a 6-pack of beer and a goddamn fruit cake because it's the holidays. Let's go, man. Let's do it. Now I got to go figure out the Clone Wars situation and this 2019 video, because he's clearly not going to talk about Clone Wars. But I remember being a kid and seeing Clone Wars and everyone talking about it, but I was so busy trying to figure out everything else with anime and other video games and other series that Clone Wars just got put on the back burner, especially when I didn't even have any type of previous knowledge of Star Wars.
These three films take place after the original trilogy. They continue the overall story, the overall saga, and they are referred to as the sequel trilogy. So you have the original trilogy, the prequel trilogy, and the sequel trilogy. All of the films in these three trilogies are considered the episodic films. They're numbered, they further a linear story. But what about that solo movie trailer you saw during the Super Bowl? Well, that is considered an anthology film, and they are a new thing in Star Wars. The anthology films tell little stories that take place in between the episodic films. Whenever you see the film's title say a Star Wars story, that's an indication that the movie is an anthology film. What else do you need to know about Star Wars if you've never seen a Star Wars movie? Nothing. You don't need to know anything else. I could go into great detail about plot points, characters, and special editions, the Clone Wars games, George Lucas, and a bunch of other stuff, but there's no point. You just have to watch some movies.
Yeah, so he just solidified how I plan on watching the movies, and it just makes the most sense. And I'm not saying that the people who want to watch things in chronological order doesn't make sense, but as a newbie, I think this is the best way to do it. And if you want to experience Star Wars for the second time, but in a different way, then I think you can take the other route. But yeah, my biggest dilemma now is going to be figuring out how to even watch the Star Wars movies. So right now I have HBO Max, I have Prime, and I have a couple of other subscriptions, but you can only watch these Star Wars movies on Disney Plus. So I literally saw a YouTube ad for a promotion of getting Disney Plus, Hulu, and HBO Max all for $20 a month. Or I can just cancel my HBO Max solo membership, which is about $11, and then get all three of these for $20. and I don't mind any ads at all, and then go from there. And I'll probably just cancel whatever subscription that I'm not utilizing the most. If I still have Peacock, that might have to go. I'm not sure. But currently we're not paying for Netflix. My girl has her friends Netflix and we use that. And I'm not sure if everyone is aware, but Netflix acquired Warner Bros. And HBO Max will initially remain separate, but its content will integrate into Netflix with a likely long-term plan to merge or phase out HBO Max as a standalone service. I hope that they just keep HBO Max as a standalone service. And while they're doing this, and while they're in the middle of this review period, I won't have to worry about that. I'm just concerned on how that's going to affect this bundle deal that I have. I've been wanting to have Disney Plus for quite some time, but I've just been trying to keep my subscriptions at a minimum. It's just getting out of hand, and that's another video and another conversation for another day. Yeah, man, thanks for watching the video. I apologize in advance if I said anything crazy or disrespectful. I'm looking forward to diving into this universe, looking forward to diving into the franchise and the lore, and looking forward to meeting some new people and having conversations finally that I can understand and relate to about this Star Wars universe, man. Thanks for rocking out with me. Look for more content on the movies, look for more content on the video games, and yeah, peace out.